My name is Hilario. I'm from Deep End Music. I have a background in deep house, techno, and deep tech as well. Musical background, not a whole lot of it, but it's play a little bit of the guitar. My brother taught me how to play the drums, but it never really went beyond drum rolls and anything. It was just basically I just did the regular beats. That's all I got. But the guitar I do, a little bit of bass. I did Ableton maybe back in 2007 with another DJ friend of mine, but we did that for like just a few weeks to a month and stopped then. And I got into music production a few weeks ago. Well, actually, a few months ago. Arrangement, because it was something that I had a hard time with. It wasn't just arrangement, but when you kind of went to the music theory, which is where I need a little bit of help because like what I was making was extremely limited, and the what you showed me, it it helped a lot, just in a matter of like days. It was a big help. It went really fast. The first session was 6 hours. Today's session was more or less just a little bit shorter than that. It went by really fast. I don't pay attention in class ever, in any class, in my work in school. I don't like school. I actually paid attention for 6 hours and was interested. Now when I got home, I got really tired because I didn't realize how long the session was. But it went by fast, and got my mind blown a few times. Because some things were more simple than I thought. And the little ideas that you taught me were a big help. I was able to actually kind of, lay down something the next day. You know, but today's session where we actually sat down with my keyboard and my DAW. Actually laying down like first track and doing it within only within a few hours compared with it would usually take me like more than a week to make a track. So I'm quite happy right now. Entertaining, and you know you made it sound easy, and I mean, I'm not saying that in a bad way at all. I'm saying that as in uh making it sound like you basically showed me how to do it. Like some people have a bad habit of explaining things and making it sound too difficult. You actually showed me this is how you do this. This is how they get that sound in dubstep. This is how they get that sound in tech house, whatever. And you really showed me how to do it without overcomplicating it. So very clear, and very entertaining too. I'm really excited, and unusually excited too, because like of course I would get stuck, and now you learn proper arrangements, a bit of theory and everything else. I have more tools now. Um, yeah, like I said, like when I got home like the other day from class, I went right back to my laptop and laid some things out. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. I would do it. I mean, I looked at the courses that were online. I don't have to mention any of their names, but a lot of them are like we both know like $5,000. Some of them were more than that, and your course was very reasonable, and we did it in somehow we did it in 2 days, but we did, and I've never learned so much of anything in a while that quickly. So the course the class was worth, well, for me it was a long class, but the course was worth it, definitely. Doing this by myself, for example, like I've probably only complete out of like 20 tracks that I have in my bin right now. I've completed about two of them, not including this one that we did today. And those two tracks that have only a few people have listened to would have took me about 2 weeks on average. So the process that happened today was, of course, like, start off with the drum line, then of course, Cyril, I mean, he kind of slaps your hand when he needs to. It's like, no, you're doing too much right now. It's like, okay, just focus on that. It's like, you have that. Now let's get your bass. Okay, now you have that as well. Let's get to your synth. And that's where, like, your basic music structure, arrangement comes in. And he's like, okay, you add this then, and these were things that I I tried to know before. I did my best, but I couldn't. But of course, when you're with someone that's very creative, it makes things a lot easier. And I've never made a track so quickly. Like I said, usually 2 weeks. Today, but less than 3 hours, more or less.
Yeah.
So I was really happy just to get done a track that fast. I mean, of course, there's more work that I'm gonna do to it, but I'm quite. It's a milestone for me. I want to make a few changes. I do. Maybe want to maybe change the bass line a bit, but it'd be nice if I release it. That would be a nice goal. I think it's achievable. So I'll make sure I let Cyril listen to it first before I do anything. Since he basically did collaborate with me with this, so it would be both of our tracks. So Deep End Music, based here in the Philippines, and Fantastic Four. That's Deep End Music's me, Jay Hilario, Munder Tees, John Mago, DJ Scratchworks, and Sarah Mork. And Fantastic Four, another group that we do in Philadelphia. That's Red Richards, or we know him as Cedric. He's from Paris. Blue Shift, real name is Sam Gann, and Jason Evan.